We talked with Senate candidate Shenna Bellows at the end of the last hour about her campaign for the Senate and her opponent, Susan Collins' vote to cut Social Security's operating budget, even though Social Security's operating budget does not come out of general funds. It comes out of the money that people pay into Social Security so that the benefits will be available when it's time to collect them. Now, for months, there have been rumors that the Social Security Administration has a quote-unquote secret plan to close all of its field offices, not just some, as it's already done, but all of them. So we wrote about that. We took a look at a little-known report, which was commissioned at the request of Congress, to see, does it really say they would shut all field offices? There's so much consultancy's mind-numbing language in this that it took a lot of digging, even though it's only 4 pages, but the answer clearly seems to be yes. The report also suggests that a lot of the Social Security Administration's critical functions will soon be outsourced to private sector partners and contractors, and they're going to try to drive everybody through the website. And I, who've done a lot of technology work, had a lot of trouble with this website. Okay, so to understand this report, like I said, first you got to wade through the consultant speak. What's consultant speak? That's a language where leaner and meaner workforce means layoffs. Reduced physical infrastructure, that's a euphemism for closing all the field offices. Consultant speak is a language where goals, objectives, strategies, and tactics are reduced in one document to a kind of pulpy mash of undifferentiated commentary that they call vision elements, quote unquote. This language is rich with boosterish phrases like this one from the Social Security report. Quote, we need to stress program integrity in everything we do, end quote. That's as opposed to, I guess, not doing that. So you got to slog through all this kind of stuff. Quote, we embrace change and reward manage risk. Just be grateful I did it so you don't have to. It's not until the final page that they drop the bomb, which is, quote, our communication and business practices enable a dispersed workforce that is no longer working in centralized traditional offices, or as the rest of the world calls them, offices. So they're saying they're not going to have offices anymore. It suggests that its administrative functions will be transferred online, allowing for human contact only, and I quote, in very limited circumstances. So you're supposed to deal with the website. Why are they doing this? Why are they going along with this? This is sure this bill that Susan Collins voted for passed, but why aren't they fighting back? There hasn't been a peep out of them. They've been already closing field offices, laid off about 11-12% of their workers, and none of this should be happening. And yet like I say, they and the administration, the White House, are going along with it. Here's what they wrote recently in another report. Quote, in the coming years, as we prepare for more employee retirements and continued budget constraints, we will develop and implement a strong succession plan. Is your mind getting numb yet? A strong succession plan to prepare for the new skills, competencies, and work styles of a leaner, modern federal workforce. End quote. Let me break that down into English for you. We're downsizing for budget reasons, but we'd rather not say that too clearly. Then they say this, quote, the size of our workforce has declined by about 11,000 employees, and we expect this trend to continue. We estimate that more than 21,000 of our employees will retire by 2022. A shrinking workforce affects our ability to meet the needs and expectations of our customers and stakeholders, end quote. You want me to translate that to English for you? Here's what they're saying. Our budget keeps getting slashed, and our service will keep getting worse. Why not just say that? Why not push back? On top of all of this, it looks like they're privatizing. One of the 29 vision elements in this document says that service delivery, and I quote, should be, quote, integrated across SSA programs and with external partners. It also says that support functions should be, quote, provided through a shared services model within SSA, across government, and by contract. By contract. In other words, private contractors. So they're closing field offices, laying off employees, shifting the work to other agencies, as well as for-profit partners, that which makes the costs go up. And their choice of partners so far hasn't been encouraging. When you go on the website, it says your eligibility verification may take place through Experian. Experian is the credit rating company that's currently the subject of a multi-state investigation and a lawsuit on behalf of the people of Mississippi. The complaint alleges that Experian knowingly made quote-unquote sweeping errors on people's credit records and repeatedly violated consumer protection laws. That's the kind of partner the Social Security Administration is finding nowadays. If you're not confident about the way where this is going, I don't blame you. And if you're not confident about it, I would demand that your senators, your representatives, and your president explain to you what they're doing to stop this. I'm Richard RJ Eskow, and we will be right back on the Zero Hour.